My name is Susan Odella, born in Soroti, although I got married to Bugisu, married to Mooya Simon Peter, a mother of 3 sons, 15, 12, and 7. Or a brief introduction to a charity, a foundation that we started, me and my husband started, and that charity, we called it WEKODEJ. Why did we choose to call this charity WEKODEJ? WEKODEJ entails 3 people in our lives. These 3 people who gave us a life, these 3 people who made us who we are today. And WEK is my father-in-law, who is my husband's father. OD is my own father, and EJ is my uncle. Personally, I was brought up by my uncle, who gave me everything that I needed as a child. He gave me shelter, he gave me food, he gave me space. He gave me literally everything that a child would need. He gave me the love that I needed and allowed his family to share that space with me. And I am really so grateful that they gave me the opportunity to go to school and to be who I am today. There are 2 things that inspired us to come up with this foundation. One of them is basically because we were looked after and brought up by relatives. Brought up and looked after by relatives. We grew up, both of us, with not with our own parents, but with people who gave us the space and gave us the platform and gave us the food and gave us everything. Personally, I lived with my uncle, like I said earlier, who gave me everything. He gave me the love, he gave me everything. There is nothing that I actually lacked as a child. And gave us a foundation, gave me education. So because of that, we thought, okay, it's only fair enough if we give back the love, if we give back the opportunity to the children out there, children who have nothing, children who have no opportunity, children who have no education, children who have no clothing to even put on. So we came up with the foundation to actually be able to do what a mother or father could not be able to do, or because they've passed on, or because they are not able to, or because they don't have the finances. The second thing that actually encouraged us to start this is when we got married in 2006, we were overwhelmed with a number of orphans that we had around us. But it was so unfortunate that at the time, we could not give anything to these children. We had nothing, absolutely nothing to give. And that really gave us a lot of heartache, gave us a lot of pain, because we could not give these children anything. We lost so many people within the family, but had nothing to give back to these children or to even support these children, because we did not have enough, first of all, to be able to support these children. But regardless, we still thought, okay, it's only fair enough that from within us, from the little that we have, we chose to share the little that we have with the children out there who need our support, the children out there who cannot go to school, the children out there who have no food, the children out there who have no shoe to go to school and all that. So we do drives once in a while. We go to a school, maybe take scholastic materials, which we go and give to these children. We also provide sanitary to the girl child who do not have anything, who do not have means of getting sanitary towels and all that. Recently, we went to a school in our village where we gave sanitary towels to the girls. But surprisingly, to only even know that this girl child does not even know how to use a sanitary towel. So means they've actually not had any in their life. So So because they've not had any, they've not seen anything like that, you know, you could see the pain in our hearts that, you know, they actually didn't know how to use a sanitary towel. When we asked them, do you know how to use this? They said no, because they'd never seen it. So to us, it is really a blessing. We really thank God so much that He gave us the opportunity to be able to give back to the community. We also supported children who are doing their PLE with at least requirements that are needed in the exam room, like a set, a foot ruler, pens and pencils, to make them be able to do their exam at ease without having to worry about a set, that they don't have a set to give, you know, to write their exam. We would like to thank God so very much for giving us that platform to be able to support, but also without missing out on saying thank you so much to the children, to our sons, for being able to share the little that they have with the children who also are in need. I remember very well one story that inspired me so much again is during COVID, when everybody had nothing. Everyone literally had nothing. A lady showed up at our gate and wanted work, was looking for work, and she said even if she could just wash clothes. But I told her that we could not give her the workers to wash clothes because we already had someone who washes clothes for us. So then she tells me her story. She broke down and started crying, the fact that we could not give her any work. She started crying and said, my children have not eaten for a week. And I said, okay, how then can I help you? So because with the little food that we had to put the food together and give this lady so that she would go and be able to feed her children. But again, when I was putting that food together to give this lady to take to the children, my elder son came and said, but mommy, you have not given them sugar, because they also need sugar, because the children might need to drink tea with sugar. So I said, okay, I will add a kilo of sugar onto their package. So I added that kilo of sugar onto the package and gave the lady to go. So that made me know that, you know, because we give as parents, even the children, you know, we learned the technique of giving. We'll know that giving is good, and we'll know that if you give somebody, you actually get back. You know, God gives you back something at the end of the day. It may not be immediate, but you know, you have helped a soul who needed something. So you find yourself share the little that you have with that person who also needed something. So I thank so much my family, and I thank so much my husband, and above all, it is really God that provides us with a heart of love. This message goes out to anybody out there, within and outside, who is willing to join us in this course, who is willing to support these children, who is willing to support us to support those children. And you know, this really comes from your heart. It's not like we are asking you to do it, but let it come from your heart. If you think it's within you, it's within your reach to be able to share the little that you can with the children out there, because there are so many children out there who cannot have education, and yet they really have the potential to study and become the presidents of this nation and become the ministers in future. Whatever they really desire to be, they should be able to be. But you know, because they are limited, because they don't have the fees, because they don't have the food, they don't have clothing, you know, they are just dropped out, and you find them sitting back at home and they cannot do anything. And yet they actually have a desire to maybe go to school and be the better person.
My name is Mooya Simon Peter, the Umubuka of Mukalinamar clan. As the elected clan leader, I and my wife looked around for how best we can share the little that we have with the most vulnerable in our community. That's to say, the women and the children, and not forgetting the elderly. So together we have decided to form a charitable organization in the names of WEKODEJ Children's Foundation. We have so far managed to get bursaries for 15 boys and girls into secondary school. We shall also continue to do the same each and every year. Last year, we also managed to reach out to primary 7 and senior 4 candidates by providing them with plastic materials. We look forward to support as many children as possible and also support the elderly and the widows. Therefore, we look forward for your partnership in this noble cause.
The objectives of the foundation is basically to provide education to the vulnerable children, to provide clothing support, and maybe really clothing and medical, if whatever we can, provide medical, provide shelter for these children. And how do we provide shelter is by identify a family if we can, going maybe in the future, identify a family and be able to construct a house for that family so that that family can have proper shelter to live in and be able to, a woman can be able to bring up their children. Also, the other thing is to support the widowed women whose husbands have died, and you find that the husband has died, and as it is in Africa, a woman is supposed to be a housewife. And in most cases, you find that you are caught between, not being able to look after these children because the man who has been vending for this family has actually passed on. So we also support such cases. Yourself that you want to support this cause, you can reach us out on the phone numbers below.